Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, Karen's Budget and Plan. Today I want to talk to you a little bit of a story time. If you know that at the start of the year I mentioned that one of our goals was going to be that we were going to purchase a new car, and it was something that we needed to do because our car was on the way out. Our car is on the way out, and you know, it was going to cost too much and the car wasn't worth it because it was a 2003 and blah 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 blah. So basically, long story short, is that we bought a car. It was not expected really. So I'll give you the kind of backstory on it. Our car that we had, it was a 2003, and we've had it since 2011, I think, so like 9 years or 8 and a bit years. I constantly moaned about it all the time. There was always things wrong with it, there was always this and that and the other. But in the last couple of months we found that it was constantly making this noise. Now bear in mind, Robert is a car mechanic, okay? So it was constantly making this noise, and then if we went on journeys that was more than 20 miles, it wouldn't turn. It would start, when you went to turn the steering wheel, it would start jumping. So Robert eventually was like, okay, we can't deal with this anymore, I'm going to change the drive shaft. So in one of my budgets you would have seen that we had to pay for the drive shaft. It was like 80 something euros, and he changed it before Christmas. And we thought, this is great now. Like, it even drove better initially and everything was good, but then it turned out it wasn't. It was doing the exact same thing, if not worse. And it was always heavy on petrol, like constantly heavy on petrol. Before he changed the drive shaft, for 25 euros that I put in every week, I'd get like 70 miles. But after he put in the drive shaft, because it was running the 4-wheel drive or something, this is kind of how he explained it to me, I'm not technical, it was only getting us like 50 miles. So we were losing like 20 miles to the 25 euros. So I obviously wasn't happy about this, because, you know, the budget, I'm not budgeting more money for this stupid car that I hate. So then somebody that we knew was buying a brand new car, like a 2020 car, and they had an older car, and it was in good nick. Also, our 2003 car, it needed new tires, so we were going to have to pay for that. Robert was going to do something, he was going to jimmy it up that it wasn't running 4-wheel drive anymore, it was only going to be 2-wheel drive, but it was still enough that it would pass the NCT. Our NCT is like a yearly test that we have to take to make sure that the car is roadworthy. So he was going to do all these things to kind of jimmy it up, and it was going to cost us a couple of €100 for the new tires, for him to get the parts, stuff that he needed, and all this sort of stuff. And then, as I said, this person that we knew, a family friend, was getting a new car, and they have a 2001 car. Now there was less mileage. Our 2003 car was, I think it had 170 something miles, or 160 something miles, 160,000 miles, and the 2001 car has 105 or 106,000 miles, so it was considerably less mileage on it. The person would only really take short journeys, like to the train station, and you know, to like the local shops only around town. They had newer tires, so they don't need to be changed straight away, and there wasn't anything majorly wrong with it. Okay, the central locking and the doors doesn't work, but Robert thinks that he might be able to fix it, hopefully, because it's very annoying. So, you know, in general it was in a better condition, and it wasn't going to cost us as much money. Plus we would get longer mileage out of our 25 euro petrol that we put in, and the car tax was lower than our own one, because it is our old car is a 1.6 and this car is a 1.4. So after some to and fro, we kind of said, okay, look, we may as well just go for it, because our car just isn't worth the cost It's just not worth the money that we're going to put into it. It's worth like the money that we were going to have to put in for the new tires and fixing it, and it's going to cost us more than what the car is actually worth. So we agreed a price on the family friend's car, and then Robert, as I said, because he's a mechanic, he sold our 2003 car to somebody, so we only ended up paying €100 technically for the new car, which I think is really good, because who can get a car for €100, you know? Now obviously it is a 2001, it's 19 years old. You know, if stuff goes wrong with it, that's kind of like the end of it, you know, because is it worth, if something big goes wrong with the car, I don't know whether or not it's worth fixing it, you know. But it's our only car, because Robert has his motorbike and it drives perfectly fine. Like, it drives really smooth, there's no noises. As I said, the only thing that we can really see that's wrong is one of the mirrors. Like, the driver's door mirror is a bit, like, doesn't really work properly, like I can't move it, I can't adjust it. And then, as I said, the central locking doesn't work. So every time you have to get into the car, I have to open it with the key, and then like put my hand in and open Ava's door, and then we have to remember to lock it, because obviously it doesn't lock when I open and close the driver's door. You know, so it's a new to us car. It's, as I said, it's a 2001, it's 19 years old now at this stage. It's not a forever car, obviously, but it definitely was the best decision for us, because our own car just was falling apart. All of those miles that we did, the 9 years that we had her, it was coming to the end. So yeah, yesterday our old car got picked up by the guy that's going to, we don't know whether he's going to drive it or scrap it, but it's not our concern anymore. He can do whatever he wants to do with it. And we have our new car that drives that drives fine. I can drive more than 20 miles and not have to worry about the car not turning, or like jump turning, or starting to make this kind of screechy noise. So that's it. So the financial backlash of it all was that we had to pay €100 that we weren't expecting to pay towards this car. So I think that's a really good deal. A car for €100, and we're going to have lower petrol, as in the €25 should get us further than our old car, and it has lower car tax. So I think that's good. The only thing that's kind of uncertain about it is our car insurance. Our car insurance isn't due until October. We pay ours annually. Now, to switch to this car, it didn't cost us any money, but I'm hopeful that it will just kind of stay the same or only increase. Our last, like, so from October 2018, and then our quote last October, it only increased by €50, which, if you know the car insurance industry here in Ireland, you'll know that that's barely anything, because people's ones jump by like €300 or €400. And then obviously we did check around, but that was our lowest, so we stayed with our current provider. So I'm kind of hoping that it only goes up by €50. I always save more in the sinking fund than what I think I will need, so I'm hopeful that what I have saved is going to be enough, and that it's not going to be like majorly bad, given the age of the car. So yeah, right now it's a win-win for us. As I said, we'll have lower petrol costs, lower car tax costs. The car isn't broken, it doesn't need new tires. The central locking, Robert doesn't think it's a big thing. It would only be like a couple of euro, well, not a couple of euros, but like 10, 20, 30 euros. So yeah, right now it's a win-win for us. I'll keep you updated. So that is today's story. I just wanted to let you know that we got a new car and we paid €100 for it. And thank you so much for watching, and please give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are new. Don't forget to hit the little bell button. It will give you a notification of every time I upload a new video, which is 3 times per week. And thanks so much for watching. Bye.